Hello YouTube, this is going to be an introductory guide for the Lancer Spider. Look at those dance moves. Alright, so you're just wondering how to play this character in your ranked matches. If you're ever curious of how to learn each of the abilities when you pick a new agent, just hit F1 and you'll be able to see each of the 3 abilities. Now these are in also the beginning lobby, so I recommend seeing these and hopping into a custom lobby, such as I am in here, so that you can practice your lineups and whatnot with each of the agents. Now the first ability is called Teleporter, and that places 2 teleporters that Spider can recall them remotely. You have a blue distance line in between you and your teleporter. If you see right here, you look on the ground, there's a distance line. So you can basically use this behind cover to get to interesting spots. You don't have to be out in the open to drop the cover. But say you want to get to this corner right here, or perhaps, let's do a better example. Perhaps you want to get to this corner here, but you're here. And the players are not posted up here. But you can place this one here, this one here, and then you're in the angle. But like, just make sure that's behind cover as well. You can also recall them. So the goal is to have team rotations in between the map. So I like to have one at the beginning of spawn, and then one towards the lane that we're pushing. Take the TP, and then you can recall the first one so that you're up with the second one. And then once you're up to here, or this new spot, you can recall the one before it, and you keep the chain going.
Still the safest way to travel.
Like say they're holding this corner here, or I don't know, they're like, you know, they're in this spot here. You can do some pretty cool creative plays to like get to where you need to be. Otherwise, you would have one on this side of the map.
Anyone close to the expressway?
And maybe like one other on the other side of the map with your teams. And then your teammates can go in between these freely. So it allows them to rotate the map extremely quick. What I like doing is basically the spider method, where you have your furthest back one, you pull it back, so it gives you a new opportunity to either use this one as a retreat anchor point, or you can move on to the next spot to place this. They can go on verticality. A lot of the times you have to be on the same level as them for them to work. Like I have to be up here, but you can vault a lot of things in this game and chill in these little corners here. These things are breakable, so I recommend not to place them out in the open. Easy to find spots. So that is the first ability, Teleporter. There's other tech to be involved. I'll have you guys all just, keep gaming. Good fun. The second ability is really interesting. Spirited Away. Throws a teleport trap that takes effect after a short delay, teleporting the enemies in range to locations where Spider initially use the skill. Now, there's some cool tech behind this, that if the players are on the converter and they're trying to defuse on here, you can basically use it for a denial. It's like another molly. It does have a cooldown, so just be aware when you use it. The main use I've seen players use it for is to pull players from behind cover. So say there's a wall here, you can use the reticle to target. But the biggest tip of this thing is if you look in the minimap, in the top left corner, there is a small dot in front of my character, in the top left of your screen, by the junction. That is where your grenade will land. So you can do lineups from behind cover without even looking where this will land. So I know this piece will land in mid-short because I see the dot is in between mid and A short. So I can just throw this here, check for information, and then they're dead. The same thing applies for your sidearm. Okay? Look at the minimap. I have a larger reticle that's on my minimap when I aim up and down. Okay? So you can bounce like this, and use the cone kind of coming out of the gun barrel. But you can also just look at your minimap and then line up choke points. And it should land perfectly where you want it to every time. Like and subscribe for that tip. I bet you didn't know that. Moving on. So, are you ready for something even more cooler that you probably didn't know was Spider? So even with the grenades, a lot of people like to recall players, right? You have the player, they get grabbed, they get sucked. Whoops.
There, done. Not ready yet. Oh, let's invite them over, shall we?
They get pulled in, then they're here, and then you frag out, right? The new tech
Finally, the good stuff is ready.
is you can self-teleport yourself back to where you need to go after you check for information. How do I know this? Well, look, you throw your grenade, and if you walk into it, the circle, once it's on the ground, wherever it's thrown from, you'll return to that spot if you get there in time. So here's how this looks. You can find spots for it, but basically, I'll throw it. This is the anchor spot. This is the teleport spot, right?
Some things take time.
So say
Now
you want to push out for here for information, and you know players are like anchoring pretty hard on the spot. Not only do you want to use this for like perhaps pulling them, if you go up and they're not there, you'll see something that says F to accept teleport in the middle of your screen, okay? I'm going to do this one more time. Throw it here, you run, and in the middle of your screen, accept teleport. My camera will be blocking it, 1 second.
Oh, Joe.
Accept teleport. It's right by my left hand. So what you can do is teleport back to your grenade. And this is insane for like high ground pushes or like risky plays around corners. So say you're pushing this corner right here and there's just a lot of players like coming up. You're zoning them. Look at this. Checking for information. Boom, accept teleport. Oh, game. Try it again. Maybe you're here. Okay, you're coming out for information. Accept teleport.
Surprise.
And we're back. You can peek for information with this ability, but also it's area denial. So like, they're coming up right here. You can swing. Oh, where'd it go? Weird. You'd be here, swing for information, hit your shot, and TP and you're back.
Reloading here. Cover me.
See what I mean? So it's like area denial, but also up, missed the fight, and you're back. Okay? Players will have no idea what's going on. Big tech. Big tech. They're up here. Whoop.
A gun without ammo is like a model without teeth.
Right. You guys see the potential in what this is. So, if you're ever not sure, just throw it down, swing, hit it, shots, and just teleport back to safety. It's insane.
Finally,
all right.
The good stuff is
so that is the Spirited Away.
Let's dazzle them,
the spider web traps are disorienting traps that enemies who trigger it are briefly blinded and slowed. This is what they look like. It's basically a little trap. They can be shot, so I recommend placing them basically around corners where the angle, the radius can be shot. I'm sorry, cannot be shot. I recommend having these in like choke points on high ground, basically not here on the ground, but perhaps up here, because players will like run into it. They'll have to be looking up to shoot it. I recommend right here around the corner.
Let's dazzle them, shall we?
So basically, in order for this to be shot, they have to expose themselves. Plus, their goal, you want them to be like looking here and here, because you will all be playing different parts of the site, or you know, if you're attacked from this spot right here. I like having this one sometimes right here. I like having ones right here. Basically, in hard, like if you're attacking the spot, the site, you want them in just hard to reach spots that will prevent them from rushing. These are little bonuses that you should shoot around the map. They basically give you health or extra shard card points.
Attacker spawn point.
So,
In a rush.
what does this look like? Basically, they would walk into it around a corner, it'll pop, and then this little purple smoke will cover their face. What that means is they are disorientated. They have a blind on their face. That basically that's your window to get your shot. So what I like doing is holding with an angle around the corner and then peeking off the sound cue of this. So they'll be running, I'll be holding here, something like that, and then it'll be popped, and then they're just blind, right?
Anyone call for the expressway?
So put it all together. Basically, you can do your grenade here. Remember, I'm looking at the dot to see that they're here. Okay, look, I know someone's pulled. Alright, they're getting mollied, and boom, they're just all kind of dead here. Really simple combos.
To give them a fun surprise. Here, have a shortcut.
You can do, basically, if you want to teleport to the one that you're, what other stuff? If you want to teleport, basically whatever one you're looking at is the one that will go.
Statistically, still the safest way to travel.
In a match, I believe you can only have 2 out at a time. So this is
Anyone call for the expressway?
not true in this one over here. So it's only 2. You can teleport infinite number of times. Your teammates can be taking this teleport an infinite number of times. And then you and your teammates can take this teleporter too. So if they're stuck here, just throw it on them, and then take the teleport, and then they'll be here with you. You can save your team. So tell them to like press F to pay respects, you know what I mean?
Enemy at attacker spawn point.
You'll know if someone's hit because this indicator will keep flashing.
I need more ammo. Oh joy. Cool, that's invite.
So let's see, I'll do it right here. You'll see it's here, and it starts flashing. Boom, boom.
Look,
flash.
Finally, the good
I'm not
stuff.
sure which direction it places the person upon being teleported to. What I mean by that, so is this person's facing basically to the wall. I'll teleport them here. Are they still facing the wall?
Surprise.
They are. So it's whatever way they're facing when they're teleported.
Not ready yet.
Unless I throw it here. Let's see. They're gonna change directions? No. So it's always the direction that they last came, which can be counterintuitive. So maybe you teleport them and then they're right in front of you with a shotgun, and then just be aware that you don't want to take an unfavorable fight. You know?
So exhilarating.
I think a really cool simple combo.
Choose your enemy at
Probably do this. You got someone. Hold your charge. And that's like an instant one kill. It's a guaranteed hit. It's the most burst damage, and they're like crouching before they hit the ground. So those are some tips and tips for Spider. What else can we explain? I really enjoy using Spider as a backline character. I'm not frontline entry role, nor am I the mid player. I'm really holding down the flanks, and I'm also supporting my team from afar. So the loadout that I really love to use are sniper rifles and marksman rifles, and the occasional, I can't even switch my gun, and the occasional AR. But basically, a setup like this, so we are on defense. A simple setup, say if I was holding B, I would probably have one smoke grenade, maybe like right around, this might be too close, but basically right here where they have to round the corner, so I know that they're coming through this choke point. And then I would use the other one to stop the other point of entry. And my team would hold this. This is like mid, we fight for mid. But basically we fight for this spot. I would maybe have one, maybe, I don't know, like, again, right here against the wall, maybe a little bit further. I could have one, like, chilling up here if you want. Basically, anywhere that's hard to shoot. As if someone's trying to attack this spot, they have to, like, move their crosshair up here. You know, they don't, like, if they see a mine right here when they're scaling.
Let's dazzle them, shall we?
That's probably going to hit them. But, like, in order for this to get shot, they have to expose themselves, like, tremendously. That's your goal.
People say they're blinded by my
likewise, these have a pretty good range, just as does your teleporters,
Still the
right?
safest way
From
to
here to
travel.
here.
I'd like to put them here.
So you can use your
Let's
mines to
dazzle
check
them,
for
shall we?
information that if a player is, like, holding you here, right, to, like, entry the site, you can use
People
your
say they're
grenades,
blinded by
these
my
mines,
beauty.
to, like, check for information from behind cover. And this will cover the whole zone, and basically, you'll know if a player's there.
Let's dazzle them, shall we?
I like playing with Pyro as my secondary, mainly because it negates smoke grenades when things are on the ground. So if a player will smoke grenade you, likewise, it's just zone denial with this character. So people will try and rush you because you are a backline, and I just like playing with it. So if I'm here with a sniper rifle supporting my team, I can just basically molly myself off and then reposition with it. So it's a stall, whereas like a smoke grenade, people will run right through it. Flashes, people will just still like one tap you right through it. This is securing your lane by giving space between you and your opponent every time. And if they do push you, well, you don't have a grenade, well, oh, sorry, no, I have no ammo. You can just use this ability and cut them off even more. So, you know, they have to push you, and then you just wait.
Anyone caught the expressway?
So try and keep track. Have one of your teleports nearby you all the time, so you can kind of rotate between the map. They're like, oh, it's on A site. Okay, well, I'm leaving here. I'm gonna recall these, and I'm gonna leave this one up. Maybe I'll come through mid, see what's happening here. Check for mid. No mid pressure. Okay, we walk up slowly. We're hugging the corner. Okay, we're walking up. We're walking up. And then, boom, maybe we have a teleport here. So now I have one between here and here. Okay, and then we're checking all these corners, we're checking all these angles. Okay, we can take this offline. If you guys didn't know, you can press this button, and it will drop out. Anyone on this will die. So, say this one was no use, this one's gone. Well, you know what? Maybe we don't want to get shot while we're putting it out, because if it's here, we can get shot from here. And if we're here, we're exposed. So maybe a good spot for this thing would be like right here. So you get the best of both worlds. Say you want to go help your team here, or they're like in the flank helping B, you can kind of join them anytime. Pretty crazy of a character. Same thing, if the bomb is like planted over here, you literally can just like have your team ping it, look at it, like right there, ping. Alright, I'm looking at my minimap with the dot, and I'm just basically hovering over it, and boom. Perfect. Every time.
Finally, the good stuff is ready.
So yeah, that's a little introduction to play Spider on FragPunk. If you guys enjoyed this, come check me out. I'm streaming live on Twitch TV right now at twitch.tv/Sybreeds. We're going to be grinding out some ranked. Oh look, I think a card dropped. And we're going to get some more cool tech in the game. If this helped you out, please drop a comment. Let me know what I could do better, what I don't like about the video, and drop some other tips for your fellow gamer communities. So, you all have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace. Have a great day.